welcome to What Happens in This House Stays in This House, Strength Over Silence podcast. I am your host, Tammy Montgomery Dozier. Thanks again for listening to me. I truly appreciate it. I am so grateful that you guys are listening to my podcast, and I pray that you're getting something out of it, that I'm sharing something. Today, I want to talk about 1 year later, the COVID, where we've been in this for 1 year, and I want to do a mental health check-in. So this time last year, so I think my last day of work, so I started in March of last year. My last day of work last year was March the 16th. And it was so crazy at that time. Everything had first started. People in my facility, they were catching COVID and different things like that. HR trying to find out, what's going on. So I was told that they didn't need me at the time. So March 16th was my last day, but I did have a return to work day. They said that I could collect unemployment, be off during that time, and then just come back and get my job. So June sometime was when they told me that I could come back. I was like emailing my friends like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you. I'll be back in June, only for them to tell me that my job, my position had been eliminated, and that due to precautions that they no longer needed me in the position that I was on because I was around a lot of people and I wouldn't have been protected and I was out in the open. That is something that was different. That was different for me. It wasn't one of those things where you hear of mergers or you hear that the company is closing down due to different things. You often hear something. That was one of those things. Okay, no, we no longer need you. You're not essential, so stay home. Now, I'm going to say this. Losing my job might have been the worst thing at that moment, but it was one of the best things that did happen to me as well, because I was able to get a lot of things accomplished and to look at myself and figure out some things about Tammy. Now, am I going to tell you that the whole time has been easy? No. I have been stressed. Anxiety has hit because it's almost as if we were in a bad movie. We didn't know, at least for the first 3 or 4 months, what was going on. You saw people getting sick. You saw loved ones. You saw people saying, well, this is just a hoax. And then you saw all of these people within the church organization who were still going to church and thinking, okay, well, hey, this is one of those things, it will pass. I'm going to trust and believe that this, no harm will come to me. And this has been the most tragic thing for a lot of people. A lot of people are losing family members left and right. Some people still don't believe that it's real. And the only thing I can say is all you can do is just take precautions, because nobody really know. Everybody is purely guessing because we've never been in this spot before. Has there been other diseases? Of course. Yes, there has. I mean, you had the Spanish flu, you had Ebola, you had a whole bunch of different breakouts. You had SARS, you had all these different things that had to get figured out along the way. So no matter what, people are always guessing at the beginning because we've never been in this spot before. Now, can they get to whatever it is they need to faster because of technology? Of course. But we're still at a spot. Nobody knows the outcome. All anybody can do is guess and say, well, in a couple more years, it'll be gone. Oh, no, 3 or 4 more years. So nobody really knows. All we can do is hope for the best. So people, I've lost loved ones. I'm sure somebody, you somebody that lost loved ones, or it might have been you that lost family members and different things. And I pray for you and your health and your family that you're out there being safe. For me in my life, I've gone through a lot of things in life, but this has been the most scariest because you're unsure of what can happen along the lines because everybody else is unsure. We're all in this together. So what are you doing to help yourself with your mental health? So there's this mental health thing that I like to do, and it's called PIES. PIES, PIES. How are you doing physically? How are you doing intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually? So physically, for me, I can say that I'm trying to get my health back on track. I have some ailments. I have diabetes, and I have been able to work on that. I'm grateful when I went to the doctor last and everything looked good, because sitting up in this house, it had started, getting out of control. And I had to figure out a way to get myself back on track because I'm still important. I'm still here. And I have things in my life that I want to do. So I had to start focusing on what's best for Tammy. Intellectually, I'm learning. Intellectually, I feel like I'm alert. I had to get to the point and focus on me and what I want to do. So about a month or so ago, I kept having this problem, or maybe longer than that, where I wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning religiously. And it is the most craziest thing. I look up at the clock. It's almost always the same time. And I didn't know what was going on. So I heard something. And somebody said that is the time where your spirit is trying to talk to you, or there are some times where you need to be listening. So what I started doing was I started getting up in the middle of the night when that would happen, and I would meditate. And I would do it for about 15, 20 minutes, clear my mind, ask for clarity. And when I went back to sleep, that was like some of the best sleep that I ever had. It was like, I was at peace. So I'm learning how to be in peace, how to create my own peace. And that probably ties into spirituality as well. Emotionally, that is a struggle for me because I am one of those people that I feel for people. So when I see the world the way it is, when I see Georgia saying that, they're trying to stop out, do voter suppression. And when I see people hurting and I see violence inflicted on people and I see all these other things, emotionally, that gets to me because I sometimes carry the weight of the work. So I'm like, why can't we just love each other and get along? And I know it's not like that because not everybody was raised the same. Not everybody has the same thing going on in their head or their lives or their families. We all have different journeys that we've gone on or we are going on. So emotionally, that is still something that I have to work on for me because I do care. I know that the George Floyd, court thing is going on, the trial. And I haven't been able to watch it because I know me. I know that I will sit there and just like cry like a baby because I would think about that man who lost his life with that man's knee in his neck. So there are certain things that I can't allow myself to get into because I am that person. So emotionally, I'm working on it. I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to learn how to control it. I don't want to get rid of my humanity, but I want to be able to learn how to focus and maybe, be able to help someone and not be emotional about everything that happens in loving other people and loving the world. So I want to be able to tackle that. Spiritually, just got to talking about that. Awakening myself with the intellectual side, with the spiritual side, making sure that I'm getting what I need, making sure that I'm being grateful for everything that's transpired. Although this is not the best time in the world, I have had some major things because I haven't stopped as far as knowing that there are better things in life for me to have. So spiritually, I try to stay connected and be aware of that part of being thankful. The one thing that I do realize that if you're just thankful and grateful for everything, believe me, that's just a little bit of it. I don't know if you ever heard this. I've said this before. Denzel Washington put his shoes, his slippers underneath his bed. So when he's already down there underneath his bed trying to get his slippers, he's already on his knees and he prays and giving what whoever believes God, I believe in God, credit for what it is that he has in his life and everything that he has in his life. And that is the one thing that I've noticed that people who are doing major things, the one thing I see in common with them is that they say that they're always grateful because they don't have to be where they are. Gratitude is one of the major things. Just to be able to drink some water. I remember somebody I know very closely had throat cancer and they passed away. The throat cancer. And they said the one thing they missed was just having water to be able to drink. Think about that. Just water. I have one of my cousins. She's on my podcast. And if you ever want to listen to it, it's Liz, the director. And she gave this amazing story about when she was helping in the Philippines, when she was volunteering. And she said that she was sitting down eating a plate of food. And she was wondering why everybody was looking at her. And she realized that They all eat out of the same plate, but they fed their visitors first. Isn't that amazing? So she was sitting there eating food, had no idea that they had to eat after her, but they were gracious enough as she was the visitor that she was eating, and they ate off of her plate, the same plate rather. So that's all I'm saying is throughout this, no matter what you're going through, if your mental health is suffering, get help, talk to somebody. Anxiety hits. You got all these debates about whether or not to get the vaccine or to get the vaccine. All I can tell you is just do what's best for you and your family. It is crazy. It's almost as if people are tackling each other for their own medical, whatever it is that's going on with them. And we do not know everybody's medical history or what they're going through, because as far as I know, that if you have any type of anaphylactic or anything going on with you, that you are being advised not to take anything until they come up with something else. So sometimes we have to stand still and know that if we are protected and it works for us, then that's okay. That's okay for you. But let's not attack everybody else for their choices and whatever else it is that they're going through, because we are in the same boat, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time as far as mentally and physically and all those different things. So we have to be patient with other people. So now, guys, I'm going to let you listen to one of my favorites, Tabitha Brown. She is a social media personality. She just won an NAACP award for social media personality. This is the first time they had ever done this. She's amazing. Although she talked about this in May of last year, it still stands for right now. So please take a listen.
Hello there. It's been a rough couple of days, ain't it? I know. I'm checking in on all of my people, everyone in the world, but a special check-in right now for those who suffer major anxiety. As we know, May was Mental Health Awareness Month, and during times like this, it easily can attack our mind, right? Our mind can go into a dark place that causes tons of depression and anxiety. And so I'm checking on you guys because I know that journey myself personally. And it's important to have self-care through our eating, right? And so I wanted to remind you guys of things that you may not even think about that can help us with calming the mind down. Things like cherries, okay? They are full of quercetin. Quercetin is a flavonoid from plants that helps to calm us, calms the brain down. It's also an antioxidant. Things like blueberries. I made me a blueberry smoothie today with bananas and spinach. But blueberries, cherries, they both contain quercetin, and they are great for us mentally. They keep us a little bit leveled and help us calm down, okay? So if you feel your anxiety rising, honey, grab you some cherries or even some dark, like the really dark color grapes. Those work great as well, all right? But breathe. Don't forget to breathe, okay? And while doing that, say a prayer and be thankful that you do still have breath in your body and that we are still alive. Yes, because that is a gift and we must never take it for granted. All right? So I love you all. Honey, I'm praying peace and unity for all humanity right now. And know that all will be well. I believe that with everything inside of me, we will get through this. Okay? Everything will be okay. But this moment has to pass. And it will. I believe that. All right? So you hang on in there. Keep your mind focused on positive things as much as you can. Don't lose yourself in this moment. Okay? Love you. Have a good day. But baby, if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.
Isn't she amazing? I love her. So basically what she's saying is be careful and whatever you put into your body and to help you with your mental state and how you're feeling. Because listen, we're all in this together as far as in this thing with this pandemic and trying to make it through it. And brighter days are going to happen. I don't know when. I can't tell you when. But all I can do is just trust and believe that brighter days are going to come. And also, before I let you go, what is it that you're doing? There are so many things that although we're in this, maybe you've always wanted to write a book. Maybe you wanted to learn how to play something, a piano. Let me tell y'all something. And don't tell anybody I told y'all this. I bought a guitar and I bought a piano. And I was supposed to be playing in bands right now. I didn't get to it during this pandemic, but I thought I was going to do it, but I didn't. Instead, I sat down and I wrote. I'm happy to say that I wrote a kid's book, Connected by Love, and it's with this kids that I have, Spy Kids. And it's being used for a government program at this very moment. Now, when I wrote this book, and God, honestly, I didn't have anything to do. I said, you know what? Never written a kid's book. I've written other books, never wrote a kid's book. So let me try my hand at writing a kid's book. So I finished the book, sat it down, wasn't going to do anything with it because I was like, okay, well, I wrote it. Okay, I did it. Got involved in a youth program, which is called Choices and Consequences Youth Program. So if you have kids ages 10 to 19, it is a free program. They get a tablet and a gift card once they complete, and it's only for 3 days. And then we do it via Zoom. And so I was sitting there and they were looking for a program to get approved for their youth between the ages of 10 to 12 years old. And Tammy had just wrote a book, 10 to 12, called The Spy Kids, which is now considered Connected by Love. And it is being used for a government program. Had no clue, but it was just something on my heart to do. And so if there is something on your heart to do it, get it done, because you don't know the plan for it. My podcast started in the midst of this pandemic. I was sitting at home one day. I said, I want to start a podcast. Had no clue what I was about to do or why I wanted to do it. But I'm grateful to have been able to do it and to talk to people and to express myself. So don't stop yourself. If people tell you, no, that's not possible, we are in a pandemic, listen. When are you going to start working outside the pandemic? What if the pandemic is 3 to 5 years from now? What do you say? Okay, well, now it's time. It's 3 to 5 years outside the pandemic. I'm ready. Get to working on you. Get to doing you. And remember what I said about pies: physical, intellectually, emotional, and spiritual. How are you connecting? Check in with yourself every day. Check in with yourself every other day, once a week, once a month. But know how you're feeling. Know those things that's in you that, hey, I need to change this, or why am I feeling like this? Or just becoming self-aware. And that is only half the battle of just getting to know yourself and not self-sabotaging, which I've been guilty of. And we are all going to get through this together. Hey, like I always say, we're going to ride this thing called life till the wheels fall off. We still here. Let's do it. You're here for a reason. You wake up every day for a reason. Whatever you didn't get right yesterday, you have today to make it better, because you have another gift of life. And always remember that you are here for a reason, and don't let anybody tell you differently. All right. I want to thank you once again for listening to me. What happens in this house stays in this house. Strength Over Silence podcast. I've been your host, Tammy Montgomery Dozier. Thank you all for listening, and create a great week.